Hello, hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nettle20, and I'm sat alongside the wedding one, the man known as Yorkshire Tea.
Good afternoon.
Tea? I feel like you've seen better days.
I definitely have. I recovered from off, which seems to have gone on for about 7 weeks, only to completely far too much drinking and dancing.
Admittedly,
I can't handle it.
The cough, by the way, guys, definitely not corona because I don't have any symptoms, so it can't be.
Funny fact, I mean, so I was up in the glorious north of England. Didn't cough once.
Oh.
As soon as I got back into London, the tickling in the throat starts.
Oh my god!
We're just a smoggy, polluted, diseasy, tumour of a city. Oh, it's horrible.
You couldn't get me to visit the north of England.
What?
If you paid me.
Why?
Because there's nothing there. What do you do apart from like look at sheep?
You go on great big, glorious rambles in God's own country. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, you go walking. You end up in a.
It's just Wales, right? Except
room.
Slightly farther north. There's no difference.
The vitriol that some of the people in the thread have for you. Base jump. I'm sharing with them at this point.
Yeah, fair.
You are a man of terrible opinions.
Right, well, it's time for criteria, because it's yellow and nice. And I need to go and apparently fight the final boss, I guess.
Just for that terrible opinion of yours, I'm considering whether or not to tell it. Secret, guys. So we've had 4 votes for yes, and 3 for no.
I see.
And I will tell him, but it will be only once he's past the point of no return.
Yeah. See, it's pretty easy if I'm just holding in one direction.
You see, I think what you've been struggling with is because sometimes you haven't had a point of, especially in backgrounds where you have.
Yeah, so there I just don't know why it dropped. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know why sometimes you almost have to do it, like there's a window in which you can do it, and if you don't do it,
and then it just breaks, and it's just very strange, and I get very annoyed with it. It's easiest, actually for me, when I'm just doing a very easy horizontal distance like that.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to gain height with it, then I don't know how to do it.
Well, I think it's because you haven't got a point of reference because you don't know if you're at the peak of your jump.
Yeah, maybe.
I think when you're doing it in just when you do it in corridors or stuff, or say like in the in the big room in great area, you've easily got the bands of clouds. You can easily tell how high you're going.
Yeah, maybe.
So this is the final set of episodes, unless Nat manages to fantastically botch this.
There's a good chance I will. Hello, space pirates. I don't know why you guys didn't get issued the armor the other space pirates have, while you're wussy space pirates.
Considering they're, near the the big room.
I know. Well, they're the important space pirates in an important location, and they just haven't been issued the correct equipment. I don't know why. All right.
Dead.
Hooray!
Dead.
Hooray! I think Kraid's probably my favourite of these bosses, and then Ridley.
Dead.
And then Idu, whose name I've forgotten. Fantoon, and then Dragon. I was very confused about how I killed Ridley, but apparently you do need to get grabbed by him to actually kill him. Yeah, he has to grab you before...
Well, at least once.
Well, when he dies, he has to grab you. If he's already dead, he's just in the process of dying, but he needs to grab you before he dies.
How strange. Fair enough.
Well, that's what one of the comments I think on YouTube said. Okay. This bodes well.
Dun 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 dun.
I bet you there's an energy tank there. I just didn't bother scanning for it. In that lower room. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, there's actually like a zone here. Okay.
Yeah, so this is Turian.
I thought it would just be like it takes you straight to the boss room, but apparently
Oh no.
Impact Crater is a thing in this.
Actually, the music does sound a little bit like Impact Crater, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just the sort of the...
No!
How could you...
It has a ceiling, therefore it's a difficult jump.
Hey!
Okay. Wait, why aren't you... Why... Fine.
So, fun fact. What you encountered earlier on were not Metroids.
What were they?
They were mockeries of Metroids. They were, in fact, Mocktroids.
I see. Are they actually called Mock?
They are actually called Mocktroids, don't
That's
worry.
awesome. Oh god! No, he's trapped me!
Oh, I've forgotten that the
Oh, I have to kill all of these?
I've forgotten that the screw attack actually repels them.
Of course it does. It's like the best attack in the game. I hate it, but it is, you know, canon Samus's ultimate thingy. Use dumb missiles into them. They're not too bad. They're not fission. Oh god, it's got me! Oh. Didn't work. Alright, well, let's try this. That didn't work either.
Try, yeah.
Okay, I like... Okay, sure, I guess I'm gonna die.
Try moving very slightly to the... Try moving very slightly to the... Or...
Okay, sure, like... Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, sure. Fair enough, game.
Okay, right, well...
Well, I guess I have to go back to the ship. This is very dumb. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say it's very dumb.
They grab you, and then you just lose all your health because you can't break free of them.
So it is possible to escape from them just using bombs. I'm not entirely sure how you managed to...
Like, I did the thing that you're meant to do in Metroid to get them off you, and it didn't work, and then I tried the other thing, which is powerbombing them. That also didn't work. For reasons. And now I have to go back.
I'm starting to have a bad feeling about this last set of episodes.
Yeah, it might take a while.
So a lot of people in the thread have been saying that based on Nat's reaction, many of the gameplay mechanics in Super Metroid, he may well prefer Fusion, and I'm inclined to agree at this point.
Well, the reality is, the game I really like is Prime.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, my freaking adore is Prime.
Fundamental differences aside, I mean...
Yeah, I know, right? Very, very fundamental differences. I am sorely tempted to play that game again, actually, at some point. I have a hankering to do it now.
I wouldn't say no.
Maybe not as part of an LP, but so. It doesn't really matter.
No.
I probably should just reset the game, to be honest.
I mean, you could have done that,
Yeah.
but I thought you might think of that as, you know,
I wouldn't really be cheating.
not legit enough.
Huh.
So the screw attack can actually break
Mothball things, yeah.
Sand waffle bomb.
Oh yeah, because I bypassed that like trick. Whoops. Not trick. I bypassed, learning that you can do that with that. Completely. I am proud of accidentally sequence breaking twice in the game. First time was the wave beam early by wall jumping up to it, and the second time was lower north.
Yeah.
Where I bypassed the screw attack and just did all the lower north.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it super sequence breaking.
It's still a sequence break. You're meant to get the screw attack and then do the lower north.
I think it's more that you're just kind of expected to, I guess. Or game is rather surprised, if you don't.
Okay, so now that I know I have to kill all of these things.
But
they not come back. Well, good job, mate. Rightio.
Okay, so remember, just. I mean, okay, you probably want to just super missile them, to be honest.
Hit.
Oh, and their hitbox doesn't quite match up with their graphics. It's great.
Yeah, it looks like they're only weak in the center.
Yeah.
The gooey center.
Remember, you can aim diagonally.
I just find it more intuitive, I don't know why, to jump aim like that. It's all the I want to be the guy. Yeah, now that if I know that I need to kill them, it's much easier.
No, you gotta kill them. They're Metroids!
Oh god damn it. Well, I'm dead.
No, you're not. Just keep on spamming bombs. Good. Okay, right. Now... Congratulations, Nat.
Well, I don't understand what happened with the other ones there. You know?
I wonder if... Is it possible? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is possible for two Metroids to latch onto you at the same time. Maybe you imagine to free yourself in one, but not the other. Oh boy. These are some tough cookies.
Okay, he ate, what, 5 super missiles?
Oh yeah.
Aha! Genius. I don't know what about this room strikes me as a room that's more inclined to have, stuff. Clearly wrong. It's because it's the first room without, oh god, what? I don't like that it has the friggin' boss music going on, you know?
By the way, I feel I should only point... I think it's only fair to point out, in case you ever wanted to go back and continue on this save file.
Yep.
That you have now officially passed the point of no return.
I see, okay. Okay, well everything appears to be dead. And sandy in some way.
It's like they've had the life force sucked out of them.
Frigging Metroids. Okay, well... Hi, Metroid friend, hello. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Go, Metroid buddy, go. You know, don't eat me. Oh, crap. I'm your friend! No! Okay, well... Friggin' get off me, no!
The Metroid's always like, wait a minute.
See, you are my friend. Okay, can you help me, Metroid?
See, now the Metroid's gone off feeling remorseful. So that is the Metroid that you say really aimed at Metroid 2.
Yes, I figured from the fact that it didn't murder me.
Yeah.
Hooray! Ooh, I don't need an ammo refill.
No?
I'm sure I'm down 10 super missiles.
Ah, yes, but missile stations don't restore super missiles. I know.
I don't care enough about 5 missiles. I'll be okay, maybe.
So I guess the implication is that all the sand here is, I guess, either trying to replicate the environments of SR388, which is where the Metroids are from,
Yeah.
or it's just like nothing but like the, dusty remains of everything that the Metroids have eaten.
I feel like...
So if you save here, you won't be able to return to any other parts of the game. Having said that, you probably don't care.
No, I don't. I also have save point files anyway. From the save states. So I actually haven't been using save states, guys, but I do have save states for every time I save the game before an episode ended.
Something goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's prudent. So, here we go.
Come on.
By the way, you can't.
Oh, they don't give you anything.
No. This is it. Okay, right. You can just have it. What the? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Goodness me. Okay. This should probably look fairly familiar to you.
Yeah, this is the original Metroid, right?
Yep.
Also, I want to be the guy. Most of my old school game knowledge, by the way, comes from that game rather than anything else.
Congratulations, you just killed Mother Brain.
It seems a bit anticlimactic.
The end. It was a mini adventure. Well, I guess it's time to get the hell out. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
They've remade her. Okay, you know how... Okay, I swear to God, if you do that for the entire boss fight, I'm gonna... Thank you.
Frigging die! Okay. Officially out of, frigging... Okay.
So, time your... Okay, remember, you can also aim diagonally up.
Yeah, but jumping is safer.
I mean, jumping does allow you also to dodge that attack, but
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh god, frigging! Get off me! Samus, what are you doing? Samus, come on. Like... Samus, wake up!
Samus is dead.
Oh god, what?
Hooray!
Yay! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it, Metroid friend. Eat it. Eat it!
Metroids don't eat stuff.
It's literally eating it right now. It's stealing its life force.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a frigging dust statue. That's some good work.
Oh, killing you.
I didn't even know Metroid's good work, Metroid.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Metroid Fred, get out the way. No, I appreciate all of this. But you need to, like, run away now, Metroid Fred. I can deal with the rest from here. Like, this seems like a bit of a wuss of the boss. Please? Please move? Good job.
No!
No?!
Not the baby Metroid. Sorry now, because now you're all like super hyper glowing.
Oh man, I'm on hyper mode now.
Okay, literally, just Nat, just aim up, diagonally and up, and just.
Let's play a game. It's called Can I Kill You Before You Can Kill Me?
Sound maybe a little bit further back. Yep. I mean, you know, Mother Brain is not a particularly difficult final boss by any stretch of the imagination.
Frigging! Your head is still there. The head is still there. It's still okay. It might not be alive. I'm still gonna keep on shooting it just in case.
Nah. The end. Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah.
Frick!
So we've got 3 minutes to escape the planet, but there's also something we have to do first.
What?
First of all, let's get the hell out of here. Oh god, and it's gonna entirely just friggin' drop. Come on. Right.
Oh god damn it, game! Really now? You're not meant to punish the player for taking the upper part.
Okay. Now there are. Do not. Okay. Just. You know. Don't panic. Okay. Right. Just keep hold down the run button wherever possible.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I know how to run away from things. Frigging! Okay.
So now we are back here. Okay, right. Just. So, do you remember where you first fought your first mini-boss?
No.
The statue?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. You
Right.
may want to go back there if you've got enough time. Which I think you might just, as long as you don't.
I don't remember where it is.
Okay, well,
Like,
we're going to do this because I'm confident we can, and if all else fails, we can.
okay, yeah, sure. I really don't like the jumping in this game.
Jeez, I've.
This way?
No, other way. Okay, now down there, down. Okay, now through that. Yeah. Keep going. Yep. It's your animal buddies. Okay, now shoot. Okay, right. Now let's go. Let's go. They can escape. They can take care of themselves. It's fine.
Okay.
Just.
What? Sure, okay.
Okay, now it's all right. Now it's all right. We can do this. We're in control.
Okay, this seems fine.
Alright, well, say goodbye to Planet Zeebs.
Hooray!
Goodbye, Planet Zeebs.
Also, this is the donation thingy for GDQ. Like, they always talk about saving the animals or, like, not saving the animals.
Yes.
I didn't know what it was.
If you're a good person, if you have any shred of decency in your heart, you save the animals.
I see.
But now, pay attention, pay attention. See that tiny white dot going to the right?
Yeah.
That is the animals.
I see.
How they managed to pilot their own spaceship? Who knows? Who cares, even?
Hooray!
Da-da-da-da! So,
6 hours, 40 minutes. I'm actually pretty happy with that time. I have no idea how fast or slow it is compared to most normal people, but
I probably took around about the same amount of time in my first playthrough.
Okay. That was a very good ending sequence. Mother Rain's a bit of a wuss, but I'm okay with final bosses generally being fairly wussy. I feel like a lot of the time when they're too difficult, they take away from the emotional climax of the game, because you just go bash your head into this boss over and over again. You're like, any sort of epic nature of that is taken away from the repetition of it.
Are you thinking of Emperor Ring and Dark Samus?
No, I beat that first time. In
What? What? My God, I mean, like...
I'm quite good at Metroid Prime. I'm not...
Metroid... Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I'm good at Metroid Prime. I'm good at Metroid Prime 3, I find, pretty easy, even on hard mode. Metroid Prime 2 is just...
I mean, on hard mode, it's utterly brutal.
Yeah, it's hideous, yeah.
I did it on normal.
It's great,
time, no
I still love it.
So I like that a lot. I thought that ending sequence was great. There's a lot to talk about in terms of this game, and my opinions on it, all that kind of stuff. We did it a little bit at the end of last episode. So I like this game. I think it's a good game. And I think that objectively, by the time it was released, it was a very good game at that time, right? There is a lot of stuff that I enjoyed doing in it. Don't enjoy the movement controls quite as much as I do other games, but I like the exploration.
When you say other games, do you mean other games that's similar to this in this genre?
Yeah, other games in this genre, but also like more broadly the contemporary platform games that existed at this time, right?
Yeah, okay.
I prefer Mario jumping to this jumping by far. Far and away. I find it much easier.
Super Mario World?
Yeah.
Okay.
World era, right?
Yeah.
I think the exploration is great. I think that a lot of the design, so when they have that first loop, where you loop around the game once, and then have all the power-ups and then loop around again. Even
so you can use whatever you've hit up on the way.
Having observed everything. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Okay, that was just weird. Okay. I don't know what it's doing now. I got her with sunglasses on.
Oh, wasn't aware that was one.
Good job, me, I guess. I don't know what level of completion I got on that, but...
I'm reckoning about 70%.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cool. So, where I was is I like that loop a lot, and I think there is a lot of stuff where the game is aware that you'll come back to rooms and places things in such a way that they're quite memorable. So even though I didn't write anything down, because a lot of the stuff was quite memorable as to where it was easy for me to figure out where things should be.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect of the design of the game a lot. I think, broadly speaking, the early areas in particular are very, very fun to explore in their own right as well. There's just a lot of cool stuff going on there where it isn't too difficult to get around, but there's still a few challenges here and there, which I do really like. So I think the game actually probably gets worse for me as it goes along. I think Meridia is...
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
A fair bit worse than the previous areas are in terms of the way that it feels and explores. And then actually Lower Norfair is a fair bit better. than Meridia was. I like Lone Warfare, but
personally, I love it up to about pretty much up to the wreck ship.
Yeah,
and from that point it goes down for me until I get to Lone Warfare.
Yeah, I can see that being true. I like Lone Warfare. I thought that was certainly a better area of the game. So I did like that, and I thought that, especially with the music there, that was much more atmospheric than the rest of the game was. I think, from like a preference level, the game is leaning into preferences that I don't have, right? So what I'm talking about is, the game, to me, clearly sets up a sense of isolation and atmosphere based on that, right?
Playing it in an LP format, I admit, is probably not suitable for this kind of game.
One, I think that inhibits it, but two, for me at least, playing in an LP format made it a lot better for me, because if a game is advertised as like an isolated atmospheric game, almost certainly I won't enjoy it, so I don't buy it. I don't play it.
Okay.
99.9% of the time I will not enjoy that game.
Right.
The reason being is that I don't like being alone. I don't like feeling alone. I like games where I can chat to NPCs and have a good fun time like that. So I think the atmosphere it's creating is clear, but it's not to my preference.
You see, I would say, I mean, even back in the day when I played this as a kid, like, I wouldn't say I thought it was particularly atmospheric.
So people in the thread have commented that way, and I'm just giving my opinion on like where I think it is, right?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say Super Metroid, all that it is fondly held, it's fondly remembered by a lot of fans, and I can see the inspiration a lot of other games have taken from it in trying to establish atmosphere. I wouldn't say, because there's virtually no storyline inside the actual game.
This is where I was
the environmental storytelling, I would say, is pretty absent. Or pretty minimal.
So this is where I was going to go from there. So it creates this sense of isolation, no problem, right? But it doesn't do very much with it.
No.
That Samus is alone is nice, but what does that mean? Is that particularly traumatic for Samus in some way or whatever? I don't know. I don't know anything about this character. Really, she's just a thing that exists and plays around in the game. I also know nothing about what the Space Pirates want to do. Why are they making Metroids? Like, why are there Metroids to begin with?
Isn't that covered in the manual?
I mean, maybe, but I think that a game has game doesn't have an obligation in any way to tell any story if it doesn't want to, right? But I think that this game, and Prime proves this, is enhanced significantly by a narrative story that exists through some method of storytelling, right? Now, whether that's possible when this game is released or not is another story, and if it's not possible, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But the aim of the LP was for me from 2020 to go, well, what do I think about this game now, right? I think that absence from it hurts the game. To me, right, no area in the game is individually massively memorable apart from Lone Warfare, because the music is awesome, and Meridia because it's massively annoying, right? And
I don't know. I'd say there are a few areas or a few rooms which are so distinct in themselves that I would call them memorable.
So like there are individual parts of the game that are memorable, right? But I would be pressed to remember that much about what I did in Warfare, right?
Yeah.
The first time through. Or that much in Brinstar aside from the Kraid is there. Be pressed, because I just don't think these areas do very much to make themselves memorable anyway. I think like the Smash Brothers stage, Brinstar Depths, is more memorable than Brinstar Depths actually is here.
Yes, but then again, there's a lot more going on in Smash Brothers for the version of Brinstar Depths. This is a SNES game from 1994.
Yes.
And they had a limited, amount of, space and a limited amount of stuff that they could, actually. But I think trying to, establish a sort of, extremely dynamic environment, with lots of environmental storytelling, and it was probably beyond the capabilities of the time. Having said that, there are times when I do feel like, and playing through this again, does sometimes feel very much just like a NES game in design philosophy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just being put on the SNES. No, I mean, not graphics or gameplay, but design philosophy wise, chucks you in, and says, go off and do this.
And some people really like that, actually. And I remember back when A Link Between Worlds was being released, there had been a fairly strong backlash against the more linear form of storytelling and just going, I would just want to be dropped in the world and explore it, right? And Breath of the Wild, for example, decides to go with that as well. So I think that is a legitimate decision that could be made. Not usually to my preference, though. I prefer having some sort of actual story associated with something, and I think that...
Even if you get dropped into it, it's nice to have something that evolves with you as you explore the world.
Yeah, and so I think, for example, one of the things that I probably would have done is had more pirates through the game, and perhaps more, individual, rooms, perhaps, in each area, which were obviously technologically advanced, because the pirates had set up a base there, right? And had pirate models, and then they got progressively stronger as the game went on, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is that you're showing that the pirates are doing something in this world, and then by the end you get, the ridiculous Metroids at the end of the game, right?
Yeah, it does feel very much like you just occasionally bump into pirates. There's very little evidence of it actually being a space pirate base.
And it's very confused.
The
plot about Metroids in general is just very, very confused. You have the fake ones in Meridian, and then you have the real ones. Okay, I guess. Again, right? So there you could have had there are very, very small Metroids which you first find very, very early in the game, right? And then as you get to another area, there are slightly larger ones with more advanced pirates nearby. And the idea is potentially that the Metroids survive better in certain areas of the game, all that kind of stuff. And you're slowly progressing.
I think in Meridian, in Meridian at least, you could have had even just several. I know some of those rooms are meant to look like laboratories or or something, but you could have had some space pirates.
Yeah.
Probably some more space pirates in the area just to sort of say, oh look, okay, they are doing science stuff with Metroids.
Yes. And to be fair, that's one of the great strengths of the Prime games, right? But they actually just go into all the science stuff that they're doing. And it's great fun. But I don't think that faulting a game for things it didn't do is necessarily exactly what I want to do here. I think that there are individual, pieces of movement, especially the space jump, which I just struggle with, and genuinely took away from my enjoyment of the game because I struggled with them so much. I find it just so frustrating to do that I was just very, very done with things.
Yeah.
Which I otherwise wouldn't be done with because I was so frustrated with how the movement was working. And that's probably on me, right? Most people seem to not have trouble with it, so that's a personal problem with the game.
Yeah.
And I can't fault...
A lot of people did think it was due to the stick, but I played on it.
I
the stick. Didn't have any issue.
I can't fault a game for a piece of movement when it's my fault that I'm getting it wrong.
And believe me, guys, I've been looking at his thumbs when he's been, apart from that, initial, fighting game movement when you're trying to do the shine spark, which is, I think says an awful lot about you now.
Probably, yeah. I don't. So
mystery.
I think with that, there is potentially a more forgiving version of the design of that move that makes it less frustrating to use to begin with, but I don't consider it to be a massively flawed thing, beyond the fact that I think that just let Samus fly and it will probably be fine. That's the intent of the power-up anyway. Just make it simple to use.
Or just spam the space jump.
Yeah. Or make the space jump spammable completely, and that's absolutely fine as well. There doesn't need to be a window, but that's small beans, right? That's not that important. The ultimate thing is, this is a good game. It is not a great game. A great game to me is one which is either time defying, right? In terms of what it does.
Timeless,
that's it. Time defying. Yeah, I like that more, but it's timeless, right? So, Super Mario World, same time as this. I cannot point to a platformer that has done what it does that much better, right? Even now.
Yoshi's Island?
No, that has a screaming baby in it.
Ooh.
And also it has like the scores in it, which make it utterly awful to play if you're like 100% every level. And you just want to top yourself by the end of the game.
I think you may need to re-examine your attitude when you go into some of these games.
You have to get 100% to get all the levels. You have to get 100%, so it's awful to play.
You don't have to get 100% every single time. Anyway, look, you've got 76%.
Oh, that's...
Are you going to agonise over the last 24%?
No, but I don't care there, because the only thing that I get is like an image at the end. I don't get extra levels from doing it, right? Different. Anyway, where I'm going with this is with Super Mario World, there are not that many refinements that can be made to what it already does. And I think that where games have tried to do that, you often get a side preference, right? As opposed to just a straight improvement. I prefer Celeste because of the movement that it has, but it's not necessarily something there's some situation where I would fault somebody for going, I prefer Super Mario World, right? I think they are still equal to each other. I think here, ironically, the question was, would my experience with Symphony of the Night improve my experience with this game going back? And weirdly enough, I think it probably made it worse.
You think Symphony of the Night just does everything so much better?
Yeah, I think it's just a vastly, vastly better game in basically every way.
But having said that, if it hadn't been for Super Metroid, I don't think Symphony of the Night would have existed in its format.
I agree, right? So this is certainly genre defining as a game.
Yes.
And it's certainly something that people learn a lot from. It is not great to me, anyway, because it doesn't have that timeless quality to it, right? That the games I potentially consider to be great do. And realistically, and also, the other thing I think a great game does is defies genre as well. I don't like Metroidvanias, broadly speaking, right? Yeah. I play them because I think it's entertaining to see me play them as a part of the Let's Play, right? I don't play them out of choice, usually.
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night is a game that I would play out of choice.
Okay.
And I would not stop playing until I'd beaten that game.
Yeah.
Because I think it does all the things that it does so well that it makes itself compelling in doing so, right? Mm-hmm. I can point to at least... I stopped playing Super Metroid the first time because I got lost and bored. And I can point to at least one point in this game where I would have stopped playing entirely again.
Really?
No, it would have been Lower Norfair.
Oh, okay.
Where, with the invisible wall that you had shown me...
yes.
I would have quit playing the game at that point, I'm pretty sure. I would never have found it. And I would be like, this is ridiculous, and quit. And I think that the greatest games are ones where even people who would have preferences against that game and against that style of game can still enjoy it. And will still play through the entire way.
Yeah, a game that has something to offer for everybody.
Yeah. Or it's just so good in its field that people just appreciate it anyway. And I think that this game doesn't have that.
This game doesn't have. If you quit, I've found this with playing Super Metroid, and compared to other Metroid games that I've replayed, like there are not many set pieces or memorable bits, or areas that I thought, oh man, and this bit's coming up next, and I can't wait to replay this bit again. So if I took a break from playing it, I honestly could not really find it in myself to get back into it because, so say like even some of the other 2D Metroids, they have those set pieces, boss fights or areas just with the distinct variety, variation in shape, in graphics, or music or whatever, or maybe there's something, some new enemy that appears for the first time. Fusion and Zero Mission are built entirely around that. But if that is, if that was something that was almost built as a response to Super Metroid, or as a response to those games which looked at Super Metroid and decided to go for a more story-oriented approach, like Castlevania games, But I mean, that's the thing where I found myself constantly looking forward. Even now, I can replay them, for the umpteenth time, and and I look forward. There's always something I'm looking forward to, which is it's just when you're going to get the next area, Super Metroid, and I wouldn't say this is because I just didn't grow up with it. I mean, I remember playing this back on the SNES originally, back in say like 1996, and then probably playing it. So so it's not like I was spoilt by by more modern games. At the time I thought it was neat, but not quite as amazing as as my schoolmates have been telling me. And even now, I'd say I struggle to replay it. Having said that, there are hacks. There are some very very good fan hacks, which have done impressive things with. They've actually modified the gameplay mechanics to make wall jumping harder or easier in some cases, like modifying gravity so that Samus is less floaty, which is kind of the case. Modifying the way that the screw, so the space jump works, and actually in those games you can definitely see there is the philosophy of let's set up a memorable area, interspersed with just, exploring.
So all of this criticism is leveled at a place where the base assumption that I have is I like this game, right?
Yes.
And so this is certainly, in my opinion, not to take away from what this game has achieved and what it means, right? It means a hell of a lot. And I did enjoy playing it, and the last part of that game, like the escape, all that kind of stuff, I had great fun with. So I would certainly recommend, if you enjoy the genre, to certainly play this. Presumably you already have, you do enjoy the genre to begin with.
I mean, if you're watching this LP, you've probably
played before.
Yes, you probably played it, yeah.
But I think that's my broad conclusion. I think it's good. I don't think it's great, but I think it does a lot of cool things that I did enjoy.
I think you owe it to yourselves, even if you haven't, if you haven't played it, especially if you haven't played it before. But even if you have, I think it's very easy for us all to forget how we've arrived at the refinements in later games.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioning the fact that a lot of the areas don't. And me saying the areas in themselves don't seem particularly memorable. So I have been on a massive Hollow Knight binge recently, and so many things when I go. I mean, it's infuriating in many ways. One of the things that I really, really, really like is how, so in Hollow Knight, you have a map system, but you have to find the map seller in each area before you can actually start getting a map.
Yes.
So you've got to, the first time you're in an area, you've got to find your way almost around entirely blind. But each room in the game, with the exception of maybe, a few there, each room in the game is designed in such a way that you can remember where you are in relation to the rest of the map just from the environment of the room that you're in, because it's that well designed.
I see.
But I think that is and that is a response to games like Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid, because you wouldn't have that need for let's tell stuff through environmental storytelling, let's try and make the rooms in themselves memorable. They all stem from the fact that Super Metroid did it first. You can't you can't build on the achievements of others.
So, with all of that being said, we're going to watch, for the next episode, and as a final bonus episode, a speedrun of this game. I'm not sure if people want me to do 100% or like an any percent speedrun, but I will watch that and see what happens.
I will encourage Nat to pick out some of the more entertaining speedruns and maybe some of the quite frankly, insane glitches that you can do in this game.
Sure. And secondly, we'll be going on to a game after this. It's probably going to be the Trials of Mana re-release that's coming out in a month's time, which I'm tremendously excited about because I've played Seiken Densetsu 3 like 10 times, and my first LP was the hard type mod by Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yeah, doesn't the Trials of Mana remake, that's one player only though, isn't it?
It is one player only, but we'll also pick character. We'll get the thread to pick a character pick character sets for us, and then we'll say that we're banned from playing the other we'll each pick a character, and then when that character is active, we have to pass the controller over.
Okay.
For very, very silly controller passing shenanigans.
I was going to say, it'd be nice for me to actually, do something in one of these LPs in a while. When was the last time? Oh, well, apart from bits of Sonic Generations.
Sonic Generations was literally all you playing the game, and then me playing a bit of highlight video. And then from there, we're probably going to... Well, this has come up in my head, which is probably Let's Play Bioshock, because you've never played it. No. And I think that will be a bunch of fun.
No, that would be good.
So I'll put up a vote of some sort. It'll be like Trials of Mana versus Bioshock versus maybe I'm not going to put another Metroidvania up until after we've done one extra LP. And then we'll go back to either Metroid Fusion or Hollow Knight or something like that.
Hollow Knight will probably drive you completely nuts. I think you probably need to play a few more Metroidvanias first. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing through some of the... in a good way is to some of the DS Castlevanias.
Oh yes,
because those would be great.
We will see about that. The
personally, I want to go. I want to do Portrait of Ruin, the most Sega-y game, most Sega of all Castlevanias.
The issue around all of that is whether
watch
we
season 3 if you haven't, by the way.
It is whether we can record them or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. But if we can, we'll certainly do that. But with all of that being said. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you very much for following all the way through the end of this mad little LP and not getting that frustrated with me.
I have been gritting my teeth an awful lot, so I've just been managing to hide it better this time.
And so, yes, I would like to thank my co-commentator, York's T, for not strangling me. And thank all of you guys for watching. We will catch you all in the bonus episode and next time.
Adios.